Ladies and gentlemen, this is Jonas Anthony, CH Melchett, signing in with another update about Rising Storm 2, Vietnam. Yesterday there was the Pc.Gamer event where Tripwire and Anti-Meta Gaming showed off a trailer, and we're gonna have a look at that trailer and try and break it down a bit here. So let's watch the trailer. And as you're gonna be seeing here in this trailer, there is gonna be, you know, some different stuff that I'm gonna be commenting on. It's of course been very interesting. It starts up by showing here the jungle, and this, you know, it's not the kind of traditional jungle that people might understand from more strange movies, but it's kind of like a diverse foliage and stuff. And we pan down to the first, and it's actually an Afro-American soldier, as you might politically correct tell, and he has a scoped M14, and it's very interesting. And he takes down a VC inside a village, and then we follow an American attack. And you know, we see some of the gunplay here, and it's very interesting actually to see how, you know, how the burst fire works and kind of the engagement distances here. And then we jump to, as they actually confirmed that this is Hue City up in northern Vietnam, one of the old imperial capital of Vietnam, Hue. So here you see a guy with a different camouflage pattern with the grease gun. And he comes around the corner here, and he should be dropped by an SKS. So we got the SKS, and we had that little French Mac 49 machine pistol. Then we come to the pig here, the M60. And it looks very nice, deployed on a bipod here. Engaging, and again, we see again the diversity in the soldiers, and the VC here moving into a firebase here that could be Da Nang, or not Da Nang, that's an airbase, but Khe Sanh, of course. And then you see the little bird, the M14, without the scope, perhaps Marine Corps. And then the coup de grace here, the F-4 Phantoms with the NAPALM. And, you know, that is, of course, you know, extremely exciting for all of us to actually see NAPALM being dropped. And, yeah. So, what I've been doing now, guys, I've been looking at some still photos that I found very interesting. And the first one is, of course, right here, you know, the African American soldier here with the scoped M14, and you know, it looks like some sort of hero skin that he's actually wearing. You know, with the he's only wearing his chest, you know, his shoulder straps for the backpack and the helmet, and apparently nobody ties their strap on their helmet. And you got the Colt, perhaps the Colt 45 pistol in the holster there on the side. So it's going to be interesting to see if that is in. But of course the scoped M14. And then you can have a look here. We got the sniper scope. That looks very clear, very crisp. And you know, of course he takes down that guy. And you see there's quite a bit of zoom. So it's going to be interesting to see, you know, how much zoom. And then here I would focus on this picture here, guys. And as you can see, we got a shirtless, again, Viet Cong in the background. Actually, you know, so that looks like some sort of hero skin, perhaps. Then we got here the French submachine gun. I wanted to focus on this picture, the Mac or MI something, Mac 49, I think it was called. So there's gonna be perhaps a lot of weapons from the French Indochina War, you know, the French versus the Vietnamese, it was called back in the day. So most likely there is gonna be some sort of you know, French weaponry in here. So that's very interesting to see. They are fighting here in what the developers called Hue City, so the old imperial capital, or that was what they said. That might be different. And you know, for any of my esteemed American viewers here that are very into camouflage patterns and stuff like that, you might want to write in there what actually camouflage pattern it is those guys are wearing. And again here we see the grease gun, this the aim down sight of the grease gun. And then again here we see the grease gun reload mechanism and that camouflage pattern that you guys might just gonna have a look at. It doesn't look like Arvin, these guys. It's not the tiger striped, but it looked like something different. So perhaps, and actually here, very interesting picture. I want to freeze this because as you see here, he's actually deploying the stock on the grease gun. So he's actually deploying the stock. So there is perhaps gonna be some features for the submachine guns with machine pistol or submachine guns, whatever you want to call them, with the the buttstock deployed, and that's going to be very interesting to see. And then we come to the SKS, probably the opposites of the M14 here, and this he drops this soldier, comes around the corner, SKS again, very interesting gun. Then we come to the M60, the pig, as they called it. So very, very nice gun. It's perhaps going to be the new MG42, and again, I can highly recommend that everybody puts on their big boy pants and do not start talking about OP weapons and Rambo stuff. That's just the way it is, guys. Asymmetric gameplay, we love it. Here we look at the first side picture in the frame here. You see the sight, the gun is totally stabled, and then I actually got the next one where he's shooting. You see how much it jumps, so it's going to be very interesting to see the difference and how it works out. And again, these pictures are again from a generic Firebase. Might think it's Ksan or some of that. It looks like the VC. We got gooks in the wire, as they say. So that's you gotta love that. And then again, here you see an American. Reason why I froze this picture, you see an American there, the bald American. So when you see him here again, that might be some different, So again, some hero or some customizable, whatever you want to call it, that you're able to customize your characters here to different stuff. Then here we got the M14, and most likely a US Marine. I knew they used it, the Army used it as well, but the Marine Corps here, most likely with the M14, it's gonna be a wonderful gun. And then here again the Little Bird, and my good friend Hapless actually cracked the code for me what I think the Little Bird is, because in this sequence the Little Bird comes in, and you hear a lot of radio chatter, and then the napalm is dropped. So I actually think that the Little Bird is the recon plane. That is what I think. The Little Bird is the recon plane. That is, they was used as scouts in the Vietnam War. Perhaps they were armed as well, but this one doesn't seem to be armed, what I can see in the picture. So I think that's recon. And then we got the F-4 Phantom. Such a nice plane, heavily used in the Vietnam War. Drops 2 canisters here of napalm, and then you got a big ass explosion. So that is really, really, really nice. And I kind of see some symmetry here. The M16 versus the AK-47, the M14 versus the SKS, the grease gun versus that Mark 49 French submachine gun. You're probably gonna have the M60. You're gonna have the PKR, I think it was called. You're gonna have the RPG versus the Thumper, and the Law. The Law is a light anti-tank weapon, like a one-shot disposable rocket. So you're gonna have this symmetry. So what I'm interested in here, and please put your comments in, what is gonna be the Viet Cong's anti-aircraft solution? Is there gonna be that the Viet Cong commander is gonna be able to call in like some sort of anti-aircraft deterrent, so you can press a button on his map that. So anti-aircraft units start trying to shoot down the Americans' planes. Are there going to be stuff like that? Because everything else seems to be there seems to be some sort of symmetry. So what is going to be the Viet Cong option for this? Are there going to be like suicide vests or something like that? We all saw the movie Platoon, where there actually were a guy that blew up an American HQ. So those suicide runs and VC, and are you able? It would be so nice if you were able to like go civilian or whatever. So there's been a lot of excitement here, and everybody is very psyched up, and I hope you guys are too. And this was my thing. Please put in your comments here. What did you think? How is this gonna pan out? And as always, I really appreciate a like. Please share the video where you want to share it, and subscribe to my channel if you already haven't. I'm gonna be following this very closely, and you guys have a nice day. Bye bye.